Hello and welcome to Property Profits Real Estate Business Building, where we help you grow a real estate business, not just a portfolio. My name is Gord and I've been involved in Canadian real estate and more recently in the US for over 26 years. Getting into investment real estate often requires more time, effort, patience, money, and perseverance than most people often think. For those of you who are considering becoming a real estate entrepreneur, whether full-time or part-time, there are a number of things to consider. Now, I've found many seminar companies avoid telling people the realities of this business in order to sell courses. They will explain strategies that sound good as a case study, but most either don't really work in the real world, or a seller has to practically give away their property and become totally subservient to you to make the deal work. And this just is not reality. The key in becoming a real estate entrepreneur is moving forward with your eyes open and understand there will be work involved, time allocation, a commitment to learning, as well as persistence and dedication. Getting into anything which has the potential to make you money on a regular basis, to the point of being career-changing and even life-changing, requires thought and time. Here are the top 12 things to consider as realities you will inevitably face when becoming a real estate entrepreneur. First, create a vision. Yes, we hear this all the time and tell ourselves we have to do it, but having a vision first will allow you to then work through written goals. Now, this is proven to increase productivity and therefore success. And the most successful people in this world have written goals that they update on a regular basis. And if people would actually sit down with no distractions for 20 minutes or an hour and just think in the quiet, what do you really want in your life? What do you really want to accomplish? What is your true vision? And then figure out how you can fill in the gaps to achieve that. So here's some initial suggestions. So if you've got a 5-year vision, let's say, and people have trouble imagining anything beyond 5 years, so picture through your mind's eye where you will be, what you'll be doing, where you'll be living, who you'll be hanging out with, what you'll be driving, what kind of money you'll be making, and so forth. And it's key that you picture yourself actually surrounded in the goal. Be immersed in it. For instance, let's say a couple of your 5-year goals were driving a Mercedes and owning a vacation home. So for the Mercedes, see yourself looking over the dash and driving, not just from a distance in the car, but actually driving it. And for the vacation home, like look out over the balcony, smell the air, hear the ocean, see the view. You know, you get the picture. All the great motivators always say, go and test drive a car that you want to be driving, and do it a lot. And put pictures like this on your bathroom mirror so the image is in your mind regularly. Now, once you have the 5-year goals, it's time to work backwards. You then create a goal of where you want to be in, say, a year from now, and then break that down into monthly goals, weekly goals, and then daily. And this will serve to keep you on track to help you create your to-do lists. Next, time dedication. Now, this is one of the main things that separate people from being successful to being unsuccessful. This aspect ties into the last point. When you're setting out your goals, create a plan that is manageable. You must decide on how much time you can realistically schedule. Schedule enough time daily that it allows you to complete necessary tasks involved that are moving you forward, and stick to that schedule. If you take on too much and you can't fit it into your schedule on a regular basis, the whole thing will just fall by the wayside. So be realistic with yourself and schedule tasks and schedule time that you can promise to keep. Next, what is your niche? There's over 50 niches to pick from in real estate. For example, a short list: buy, fix, and sell, long-term hold, and rent-to-own, condo conversion, developments and construction, commercial properties, land assemblies, syndications, private placements, private lending, and much more. And these can all be part of your career if you choose, but you have to start somewhere. And in my opinion, it's wise to focus and become an expert at 1 or 2 niches and make money at them before moving on to the next level. You might find 1 or 2 niches are all you need to accomplish your goals. And in time, if you choose, you can move on to other niches. Next, finding deals is a fundamental aspect of real estate entrepreneurship. How many avenues are you using to find deals? What types of property are you looking for exactly? You must be able to define this. The reason for this is so you can tell both your realtors and other people in your sphere of influence. Yes, you can ask regular people to be on lookout for properties for you. So at your next networking or social event, tell people what you're doing. Tell people what you're looking for specifically. Is it a single family home with a suite? Is it a fourplex? Or is it a rundown property? Or is it a small apartment? You'll be surprised what may happen when you start talking about what you're doing and what you're looking for. Of course, you can employ and train others to be looking for deals for you. These people are called bird dogs or real estate scouts, and they scout out properties and you pay them when you close on those properties. Now, these people can be public workers in your area or pizza delivery guys, people that are just driving the area, people that know the area. Are you looking in Kijiji and Craigslist for properties? You may come across an ad for a distressed property. Are you calling for sale by owner ads to find a deal from an owner? Are you familiar with the foreclosure or power of sale process in your province in order to find a deal? These are just a few really great avenues for deals. Next, in real estate, of course, you have to read and understand contracts. As you progress in your career, you'll get better at comprehending them as well as writing them. You can begin with some templated contracts, which will need to be massaged and vetted by your lawyer, but you'll ultimately gather many contracts over time that will suit the particular niches you are working. Next, negotiating is a skill everybody can get better at. You can often make the most money at this stage. For example, if you're negotiating on, say, a $250,000 property and you just negotiated 3% off the price, you've just saved $7,500. That's a pretty good amount of savings to create in a short time. The process of a successful negotiation begins with creating rapport because people want to do business with people they like. You're also looking for a win-win outcome. You'll do way more business by creating deals where both parties are happy. Negotiation takes thinking through the processes and knowing what you want to gain and what your bottom and top line is. Next, just like any sports team or corporation, if you don't have good people working with you and for you, you will face a lot of challenges and setbacks. It takes a while to find people who understand your vision and will be willing to provide you with what you need when you need it. Therefore, it is imperative that you know what kind of people you're looking for and what you need them to provide you. You also have to become adept at interviewing your potential team members by asking key questions to what you should already know the answers for. So you will need realtors, mortgage brokers, lawyers, an accountant, insurance person, property inspectors, contractors, tradesmen, and potentially builders, and of course, investors or joint venture partners. Without financing, you can't participate in this business unless you're a bird dog or a real estate scout, which we'll unpack in another video. Some people quit their full-time jobs to do real estate full-time, and I can tell you this is a very poor decision if you're going to need to qualify for mortgages. So keep your job, at least at first. Lenders like full-time employees. Another important element is getting your financing binder done. This will show all the documentation which outlines your income, credit, the properties you have, and basically your net worth. And if your finances are awry, you'll make it tough on yourself to get a mortgage. So just compiling the financing binder will allow you to see if there's any pitfalls in your finances which may hamper you from getting a mortgage. So you need to take care of that before you even embark on writing offers. Down payment. Another part of financing is obviously having the capital to put down on a property and enough cash to close and even do some initial repairs. Can you provide a down payment from your bank account and other liquid investments? Most lenders want to see 90 days of history on that money, so you need to prepare in advance or prepare your joint venture partners in advance. Next, risk tolerance. On every deal you enter into, a real estate deal or an investment that you're putting down money, ask yourself the following. What is my cash commitment? When do I get my money back? What is my return on investment or cash on cash return? What's my best case scenario? What's my worst case scenario? What will your exit strategy be? Do you have a plan B? If the worst case scenario occurs, what happens next? So once you've determined this, it makes it easier to move forward and have made provisions for that worst case scenario. Lastly, joint venture partners. Can you continue to build your portfolio on your own with your own resources, or do you need to involve joint venture partners? A joint venture partner who's putting down the cash and perhaps the mortgage qualification will be looking to you for a few things. For you to participate in the deal, you have to ask yourself, what do you bring to the table? What skill do you bring? Do you bring any finances? Do you bring mortgage qualification? How will the deal be structured? What will you be doing to support getting a percentage of the deal? Here's a pivotal reality. Education in this industry cannot be overlooked. To learn from the school of hard knocks in this business can be very, very expensive. In the early days of my real estate career, when I had no real estate education and was surviving as a speculator, I inevitably made mistakes. When I would reflect back on the situations, I would ask myself, well, how much did that last lesson cost me? So learn from those who have been there, have experienced the pitfalls so they can help you avoid them, and do not undervalue the value of how much further you can go from being educated. And become educated by people who are truly invested in you and your success, and not just people trying to sell you courses. So invest in yourself and your career. You can get more information through these videos or at CanadianREJVClub.com or PropertyProfits.ca. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.